Out behind the lodge of a young girl, and it depended on what your heart felt, not your eyes. And he would fall in love with this young lady, and he would try to court her and bring her out of her lodge to come and share his buffalo robe. Well, there's one night this young man called Timwaya, he went to the lodge of a beautiful young lady. Her name was Mo and Timmy, White Dove. Mo and Timmy was a young thing, and Timwaya was young also. But he wanted to prove to her what a good flute player was, and how good he was at riding a pony and stealing ponies from the other villagers. This one night in February, he went behind the lodge. He sat down on a very large stone. Them stones are real cold when you're wearing nothing but a breechcloth. It takes a long time to warm them up too. So he would tuck his buffalo robe a little further on him. And he never played a flute before. So this is what his flute music sounded like. Now the grandfather, he's sitting in the teepee with his fingers in his ear. He tells his granddaughter, Mo and Timmy, go tell Timwaya that his flute playing sounds like a coyote that has swallowed a sick rabbit. So the young girl goes out and he's all excited. He opens up his buffalo robe. But she's not going to sit on that cold stone. She's smarter than he is. So anyways, she leans down and she whispers in his ear, Timwaya, my grandfather tells me that your music is like the breath of a zia that comes across the grave of sleeping mouse and brings the winter snow to cover Ina Macaw and let her sleep in the wintertime so that she may rejuvenate herself. And that when spring comes and the gopher kicks his seed from its nest and the flowers are nurtured on the spring melt that searches its way to the great ocean to find its brothers and sisters. This is what my grandfather says your music is like. Now I don't know about you folks, but I think that young lady was in love. But then I asked the students sometimes, what do you guys think? She's a liar! I said, oh, I see your cup has got a hole in it. So anyways, the young lady invites him into the lodge to share their meal. So the young man, he walks in to the lodge to the right and sits down next to Tonka the grandfather. And the girl walks to the left and sits next to Unsi, the grandmother. The young man reaches into his pocket and he gives the old man a gift of connecting. Well, you see, anyways, the young man, Grandma gives him a great bowl of venison with turnips and greens. And you ladies know how sometimes them small turnips don't cook all the way through and they're hard. And you have to put them way back on the jaw and bite down on them. When it sounds like a 30 rifle crack late in the evening through the woods. The young man dips his hand into the bowl and sprinkles some upon the ground and covers it and thanks Mother Earth and Tonka for the gift of food. The young man reaches in now and he pulls out a turnip. He puts it into his mouth and he bites down on it. And sure enough, it sounds like somebody shot a rifle. Anyways, the grandfather turns to him and he says, "You realize, of course, Timwaya, that if you marry one of my granddaughters, you must take all 8. The young man had that turnip caught right there. He started to choke on it. The old man reached over, slapped him on the back. The turnip rolled out. The young man, still coughing and sputtering, turned to Duncan of Isla and he said, "Grandfather, I came for a bride, not a war party."